Hello there. Goodbye.
Good day, mate.
Which quest would you like? Princess Harriet lives, and is now working side by side with the savior of legend. Rumors of their cooperation have spread throughout the realm like wildfire. The people held the belief that if the legendary hero, who had come to save the world in its darkest hour, supported her, then her cause must be just. The Revolutionary Army's numbers swelled, but rarely did the slightest hint of a smile grace the faces of their leaders, Harriet and Luther.
We are carving a path to the royal capital, one castrum demonica at a time. I think we've got a decent shot at this.
Yes, I agree. We have one remaining concern, though. Elise, the Sword Maiden.
The sword who now?
She is a figure from legend, much like the Guardian. However, she comes from historic fact rather than folklore.
Before the advent of conjurations and ephemera, this realm was once under the dominion of a great dragon called the Crimson Fellworm. The hero and her companions slew the dragon after a long battle, built a castle atop its remains to seal it away, and restore the land. That is how our nation of Quento was founded.
Wow! Does that mean your family is descended from the hero?
No, we are descendants of her companions. The hero's line is passed down through her sword and her ancient power. They have no political sway.
The hero's line. Alice the Sword Maiden. While she has no stake in the political will of our Lord, her existence remains a threat.
How so? You just said she wouldn't meddle in governmental affairs.
High-minded or no, it's a flesh and blood person who carries the sword. And not everything is cut and dry.
Quento Castle, the throne room. The former Prime Minister Lutz listened impatiently to his officers' reports, languishing upon the throne.
How do you explain this state of affairs? I believe I ordered you to suppress the rebel army. Luther and Harriet yet live. And not only that, but our castrum demonicas are being destroyed the realm over. What is the meaning of this?
The castrum demonica is indestructible, but only so long as its arx demonica remains standing, sire. Should a means be devised of breaking the barrier, destruction is not out of the question.
Excuses! I demand action!
Compose yourself, uncle.
How can you expect me to be composed when our castrum demonicas are falling left and right?
Princess Harriet's side has the power to destroy castrum demonicas, and they travel with the entity known as the Guardian. They are also backed by the royal bloodline. You control the kingdom, objectively speaking, but theirs is the side with just cause.
Just whose side are you on, Alice?
I merely state the objective truth as Sword Maiden. I believe that a parley would be in the best interest of our nation and its people.
Never! The royal line tried to doom the land. There can be no peace with them!
Uncle, did the former king truly seek to doom the land?
How can you even ask? Castrum demonicas and ephemera are absolutely vital to our land's continued survival in the world. To publicly renounce them would doom us all. Our nation would fall and be erased from history. The legend and sword you protected would be gone with it. Isn't that right, Alice the Sword Maiden?
Yes. Without the castrum demonicas, we could not maintain our borders in this world. What my uncle claims is accurate. So why was the king so set upon renouncing them and eliminating ephemera, even knowing that? I'll have to ask them in person.
The official claim was that the former king was struck down for attempting to cast away his nation's sovereignty. According to this version of events, his public policy was too harmful to be endured. Sword Maiden Elise accepted those claims without question. She had read the royally stamped edicts for herself, after all, and put in the effort necessary to assure that they matched the Prime Minister's claims. However, something felt as though it was amiss. What reason could a benevolent king possibly have for being so forceful about the need to expunge ephemera and the castrum demonicas? The Sword Maiden who carried on the legend had a duty to maintain an accurate grasp of history. Elise took that duty seriously. When the Sword Maiden showed up, alone and unescorted, Harriet's group was surprised, but they welcomed her nonetheless.
I thank you for your gracious reception.
It is an honor to be visited by Elise, the Sword Maiden.
Please, there is no need to bow. My line carries on a sword and legend, and we have no political affiliation.
But Lutz is your uncle. Surely you hold sympathy for one related to you by blood.
By that logic, my bond to the two of you is thicker than blood. We can all trace our lineage back to the legend, after all.
And what are you here to discuss?
The castrum demonica. No, the ephemera. I am here to learn the truth of them.
What do you get out of seeing through your enemy's eyes? Your uncle is at distinct odds with us.
The castrum demonicas are my uncle's prized possession. Should they fall, then the outcome of this war is clear to me. To which side should I devote my blade and strength? Who is worthy of my faith? That is what I wish to ascertain.
Ephemera permeates the minds of those who use it. It amplifies violent urges and drives them to eliminate those who have not been afflicted. I learned this while developing the castrums and presented my findings to the king, who issued a policy on the spot prohibiting ephemera. The Prime Minister and his allies disagreed most violently. They assassinated the king, blaming we royal siblings, and usurped the throne.
Am I to believe that in the absence of evidence?
You must have seen the evidence for yourself by now. Aren't you Prime Minister Lutz's niece?
Are you suggesting that my uncle has already succumbed to this ephemera phenomenon?
The Prime Minister we knew was a kind-hearted man who always put the nation and its people first. Father had absolute faith in him. Lutz also took point personally in preparing Castrum Demonicus in the interest of national defense. He summoned more of them than anyone.
Which, in turn, has exposed him to the negative effects of ephemera.
He builds Castrum Demonicas across the land for the good of the nation and its people. We, the royals, destroy them for the good of the world. The irony is not lost on me, I assure you.
Luther.
That's the long and short of our pitch, as it were. What you believe is up to you. But something tells me the decision has been made for you already.
What do you...
Lady Harriet, reporting. We have a massive conjuration reading on the plains in front of our camp. It's a Castrum Demonica summons.
What? But there are no military forces stationed around here.
I imagined he assembled some forces while you were making contact with us. To exploit the Sword Maiden. Nay, one's own niece as a pawn. You truly have lost yourself to madness, Lutz.
Uncle!
Yeah!
The battle for the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle. Summon Buster Rams, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
My uncle has always been a wise and kind man. He treated me well even before I inherited the role of maiden. I've always looked up to him greatly. I have accepted everything he told me at face value. What was I about to pen in this nation's history? In the continuation of our nation's founding legend? Lady Elise. The sword and strength I inherit exist to slay the Crimson Fellworm. They must not be used to other ends. Perhaps those teachings have simply been an excuse for me to avert my eyes from reality. Lady Harriet, Mr. Luther, and you, legendary savior, guardian. Let us work together to stop my uncle. If parley isn't possible, then we must at least curtail any further madness.
Do you understand what your words entail, Sword Maiden?
I am resolute. My uncle took the life of the king.
Then I expect you to see this through to the end, O legendary warrior. And if what we do turns out to be wrong, then by all means, turn your might and blade upon us.
You needn't so much as speak the words. Pardon me. I'll call you Guardian, as Lady Harriet does. Greetings. My name is Elise, and I have been appointed the Sword Maiden of this era. It's a tremendous honor to meet a figure from the legend in person.
But, aren't you also a figure from the legend, Elise?
I come more from tradition than legend. In every generation, the Sword Maiden's blade and strength is passed on solely to a chosen one.
Her blade and strength, huh?
I don't know about that. I've never considered comparing my strength to that of others. My strength exists for one thing and one thing only. My power is meant to be used to slay the Crimson Fellworm when it returns to life one day. My sword and the power I have inherited do not manifest except against the Fellworm. That is the nature of the legend. It is an outdated legend, fraught with burdens of obligation. Yet, I cannot make light of it. I cannot be separated from our unbroken history. As the nation tilts this way and that, my blood relatives fall like so many flies before my very eyes. Yet, I still cannot wield my strength.
I can only imagine how painful that must be.
But it is my duty. For I am the last line of defense against the inevitable return of the Fellworm. No matter how painful or miserable it may be at times, I have never once resented it. That's how beings of legend operate, isn't it, Guardian?
The Revolutionary Army, led by Harriet, bore down on the royal capital and laid waste to the Castrum Demonica. Their unbreakable momentum and their inexorable march led them to the outskirts of the royal capital, where Lutz resided. A cold, stone castle stood behind the walls. Harriet gazed up at it quietly, remembering her days there. Gwento Royal Castle. It brings back so many memories. And Lutz is there now.
Reports we're getting claim that he's condemned the followers who have remained with him to forced conjuration labor. He's a fool of a king. He's let the Castrum Demonicas and the Ephemera blind him to his own methods and purpose. Salvation for him will be difficult indeed. Never did I expect to lay eyes upon someone even more condemned than I.
Let us go. We must put an end to this.
Curses, curses, curses! What's wrong with seeking power and resources? It's all for the good of the nation. My hand is forced. I shall summon a Castrum Demonica in this place and crush this rebellion personally! Yes, justice is on my side. Using a legend to stir the people and sow chaos in the royal family is a crime. There can be no more room for compromise! I don't care if you are a savior. Who needs one? As long as we have ephemera. Yes, the legend is but a relic. With this, O people, O world, bear witness to the revision of myth itself!
For the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle. Summon Buster Rams, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. detecting enemies!
Lutz managed to summon a Castrum Demonica to protect the royal capital. But to no avail. The Guardian struck it down. But Lutz refused to admit defeat. He fled into Coento Castle. Harriet's group pursued Lutz to put an end to the revolution. The setting? Coento Castle, the throne room. Here, the war ravaging the nation was to finally meet its end.
This cannot be. It can't. It can't. It can't! This can't possibly be right! The Castrum Demonica, the power of ephemera, defeated at the hands of man?
Lutz! You have nowhere left to run!
I'm not done. Once I destroy you all, my grip on the throne will be ironclad!
Such destructive power! Is this too the power of ephemera?
Even as a mere catalyst, this is what it's capable of. Now you see why our nations are all so interested in studying it.
This is no time to gloat!
Damn this cursed flower!
The ephemera! Harriet! Gah!
Let's not get violent with my sisters now,
I fought for the nation. Why do you oppose me? Harriet! Luther!
For the nation? Now there's a poor jest. In what way have your deeds served the people?
The nation and its people have no desire for war! That is why the savior of legend, the Guardian, sided with us!
Uncle,
Alice, of course. You can smite these fools and bring peace to the land!
that I cannot do. My sword and might have no place within this conflict.
Even Alice the Sword Maiden betrays me. Have you forgotten all I've done for you?
Please, Uncle, surrender. Your cause is not a just one. But mistakes can be rectified. Ply your skills for the good of the people and join hands with us once more.
Join hands? For the good of the people? You delude yourself, Sword Maiden.
Uncle,
Our power and intelligence serve one purpose, and one alone. They exist to be offerings to the land and the world. That is what ephemera is for.
Triggering a runaway mana reaction? How stupid can a man be?
You'll all join me in death. The world must be destroyed. All of history must be destroyed!
The exits are all blocked! I think we're trapped here!
sword, legend, I call upon you now. Fleeting wings, I bid thee come forth. Exit!
Huh? Are we outside the castle?
Was that Instantaneous teleportation? I thought there was no such sorcery.
There is but one method. The Sword Maiden calls upon the legend to work an ancient miracle.
I wasn't certain that would work, but the sword answered my call.
Did you notice that? I didn't pick up any warning signs or anything. Not even Ark's technology could pull off an instant no-prep teleportation. Maybe it's something along the same lines as the magic that Alma uses.
The castle!
His delusions of grandeur were his downfall. The throne Lutz so desperately craved will be his tomb.
What did you find, Varuna? Any sign of Lutz?
None that we could find, ma'am. It's safe to assume he was caught up in the collapse.
I see. Elise.
I am fine. I was ready for this. My uncle's madness was plain to see in his final moments.
Perhaps he was a smokescreen.
Huh?
It seemed to me as though he was being controlled by a far greater will.
What will would that be, Luther?
I can't be certain just yet, but the Savior wouldn't appear for a mere dispute over the throne. This problem spans beyond our nation. Disaster looms over the whole world. Wouldn't you agree, Guardian?
Cuento Castle and its Pretender King were no more. In light of this, Harriet's first act was to proclaim that the capital would be relocated. With the royal capital in chaos following the castle's collapse, she established a provisional capital in a neighboring fortress city. As the people went about the process of relocating, one issue remained unresolved: the lack of a royal heir. There was only one woman with a claim to the throne, and she continually refused to accept it. It's too soon for me to take the throne. Please, Luther, take my place.
No, this is your job. For one thing, my claim to the throne was stripped away. A fact that is very much public knowledge. To deny the people an heir would be to disappoint them in their hour of need. Harriet, it is your duty to bear the weight of the crown.
Must I really? That is most reassuring to hear from you, Guardian. But
Harriet's pretty young. Don't you think it's a little too soon to give her that kind of responsibility?
There is no such thing as too soon or too late in matters of royal succession. Suitability is all that matters. Ys Artia to the east has a young child as their head of state and national symbol. Epic to the west has a divine queen who acceded to the throne at 17, no older than you. Age is irrelevant. What matters is whether the would-be ruler has the resolve to devote themselves to their country. I have no such resolve. That's why I erred so grievously in my self-righteous research, and why I was stripped of my claim to the throne. But you, Harriet, you have that resolve, my sister.
Loser. Guardian. Very well. In the name of my royal line, I, Harriet Renata Reina Cuento, do hereby humbly accede to the throne. Guardian, I beseech you, illuminate our way and support us in our hour of need.
I have a status report about the Cuento Royal Army. They are transitioning peacefully to the new regime. Some forces have left the military to become mercenaries or bandits, but not in any large numbers.
However, there are still castrum demonicas in the land. They will persist even if their summoners perish. They are not weapons that will simply fade away. We must continue destroying them. I hate to place this burden upon you, Guardian, but please aid us in this. If only it were in my power to control a Buster Tower, I would gladly assist.
We're searching for more people capable of using Buster Towers, but so far we have no prospects. Surprising no one, I'm sure. Castrum Demonicas are born from the use of ephemera. Destroying them requires power on the same level. For the Guardian to activate a Buster Tower without ephemera shows their power is easily on par with that of ephemera.
I'm not sure I care for your tone.
I meant nothing by it. I was simply stating the truth. If the truth bothers you, perhaps there's something weighing on your conscience.
You love deflecting, don't you? How about a simple thank you for once?
I think the fact that I don't even remotely question your background would show gratitude aplenty. Is that not enough for you?
Oh, forget it!
In addition, we've been investigating Lutz's followers to gauge their intentions. But so far, we haven't come up with many red flags. In fact, most of them seem grateful you've ascended to the throne, Lady Harriet.
My uncle held things to his own personal standards, and often made unreasonable demands. He was already getting backlash as it was.
Does that mean everyone's going to be happy with Harriet's revolution?
No, I doubt things will go so smoothly. In a struggle for the throne, one must follow the victor, at least on the surface. Cuento isn't a monolithic entity. There are others besides Lutz who extolled the virtues of ephemera. I'm sure such people will pay lip service to our ideals, while secretly awaiting an opportunity to strike and overthrow the royal family. Which is why we must never let ourselves be seen as vulnerable. Thank you for your report. Keep up the good work.
Lady Harriet, should you be walking around this humble place?
Mind your manners. I think you meant to say, Your Majesty?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Lady Harriet is our ruler now.
What did I just say?
I'm still just barely getting on my feet as a ruler, so feel free to keep calling me Harriet.
Lady Harriet! Lady Harriet! What's a ruler?
Well, a ruler is somebody who represents everybody in the land.
Are they big and important?
No, they're not big or important. They're the same as everybody else, just a little higher profile.
Ooh, are you a show-off, Lady Harriet?
Well, yes, I am a show-off. I'd be embarrassed to do it all by myself, so I hope you'll all be there to support me.
Totally! Yeah! Yeah!
Lady Harriet!
Lady Harriet!
Lady Harriet!
Lady Harriet! All these people flocking to her! They must really love her!
I wouldn't quite call it love. Prime Minister Lutz, that is, the former king, burdened the people considerably to maintain our national prestige. The people are excited to be liberated from those burdens, and they have high hopes for the next regime, as I see it. That and I've often snuck out into town since I was a young girl, so people tend to know my face. They know my character as a politician. It is a relief to them. That is why they support me, and why I must live up to their expectations. This is the first step towards restoring our kingdom. Making the people happy is a king's most basic duty. And while I work to earn the trust people place in me, I have more duties besides. Luther and I still have a goal: to seal away ephemera for good. With Harriet taking on the role of ruler of the magical kingdom of Coento, the land was once again on the road to peace. But Harriet's objective was more than simply sitting upon the throne. The newly reborn Coento was mobilizing with the intent of eradicating ephemera, the insidious flower eroding the world. Let us begin by reviewing the status of our neighboring lands. Varuna, if you would, please.
Our continent is split into 4 separate cardinal nations. To the east lies the Trade Federation of East Artia. Built by merchants, it leverages its rich soil and abundant resources to do business.
Their sorcery specialty is replication. They harness the power of ephemera to reproduce things in large quantities. It seems harmless enough at face value, but if ephemera is involved, there's almost certain to be a catch.
To the west lies the divine land of Epic. Built around an oasis, seekers of enlightenment gather there to undergo rigorous ascetic training.
Rumor has it that in Epic, they've perfected a means of refining mind control potions, using ephemera, of course.
To the north lies the Wayland Empire. It's a nation of warriors that crowned their strongest citizens emperor for generations.
It's a land of savagery where might makes right. They've devised a means of body enhancement called demonization.
And in the south is our nation, the magical kingdom of Coento. We live in harmony with nature and find practical applications for mana.
Our land focuses strictly on studies of the arcane. The Castrum Demonica I developed started out as Quinto's specialty. Of course, someone leaked the art of summoning castrums to other lands, so now all nations field them in battle.
The Castrum Demonicas within Coento are on their way out, thanks to the efforts of our esteemed guardian. However, the Castrum Demonicas of other lands remain standing, physically demarcating their borders.
The Castrum Demonicas of each land are in a standoff with one another, putting a hard stop to most international relations. Ergo, We have no way of knowing what the reality is on the ground of any other nation. If anyone tried to cross a border without permission, the Castrum Demonicas would activate and mobilize to exterminate the intruders. Not that anyone would be stupid enough to try, anyway.
I have a report. A Castrum Demonica on the Wayland border has activated. Someone appears to have approached.
Well, what do you know? I stand corrected.
It could be an envoy from Wayland. Let us make haste to the border. The Guardian and their entourage received a report of a Castrum Demonica activation and made for a Cuento-Wayland border. At that point in time, only a single figure stood against the Castrum Demonica on the border. One figure alone, a solitary warrior who fought ceaselessly, waiting for the clock to strike the appointed hour.
Cuento is just past here. I can't give up now. Ha! Is my power simply not enough?
We can talk later. Stand down and let us handle this, please.
My apologies, and thank you. Castrum Demonica! You must be the legendary savior. Pardon me. The Guardian.
You know of him?
The name of the Guardian, savior of Cuento, is not unknown in Wayland. Allow me to thank you again. I am Melfonsina.
Melfonsina?
Does my name have some significance? Yes, it's not an alias. My name is Melfonsina.
She seems to be telling the truth. I guess we can puzzle over that later.
And what would drive a citizen of Wayland to such folly as standing alone against a Castrum Demonica to come here?
I have come to Cuento in search of the Guardian, the savior hero. Please, deliver Wayland from the doom that it courts.
grunts done crawling out of the woodwork yet?
There's more! If they get past us! The children! It's no use! They just keep coming! We gotta retreat before they eat us!
Screw retreating! Remember what's behind us, you bunch of pansies!
You're right.
We were already doomed, so don't start fearing for your lives now! Let's at least take some of them with us!
Talk about arriving in the nick of time. Good thing we rushed straight here.
Cena! Who are they?
Easy there, Get 'em Holt. They're on our side.
Get him, Holt!
Does something about his name bother you?
Oh, no, not at all. Don't mind me. We can work it out later. For now, let's do something about this.
Yeah!
The battle for the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle. Summon Buster Rams, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. All personnel, prepare to commence There are Castrum Demonicas in Wayland territory as well. Luther was right. They're all over the world.
Hey, Xena. Who are these noobs?
Wow, we're noobs to you? Is that any way to talk about people who rushed to your rescue?
Don't remember asking for it.
Get him, Holt! I'm sorry about this. He gets so hung up on posturing.
This country's called Wayland, right? What's going on here?
What, the fight wasn't enough of a tip-off? We're at war, girly.
At war? With whom?
Everyone and no one. Everybody around us is an enemy. Duh. Death to the weak, life to the strong. That's how things work here in Wayland. If you want to know what's going on in our country, how about you come with me?
Is this a village?
I wouldn't even call it that. It's just a gathering point for survivors.
Hey, get him home! Thanks for earlier! Whatever. You were pissing yourself earlier. Do me a favor and drop dead. We'll have fewer mouths to feed that way. You're a real smooth talker, get him, Holt! Like you just heard, we ain't even got enough rations to get through tomorrow. It's this bad all over Wayland.
Hey, get him, Holt! Can't believe you're still alive!
And I can't believe you're still mouthing off, brat. Would it kill you to show me some gratitude for protecting your ass?
I never asked for your protection anyway. Now who does this remind you of? Hey, don't give me that look! I was just pointing out a fact. Melfonsina, my dad isn't back. He went out with everybody else.
Your father has gone very far away for the good of everybody here.
It's okay, Melfonsina. I know how this works. He's not coming back, is he?
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't cry. I'm in the same boat. Look, I'll grow big and super strong and slay the Emperor.
But what if the Emperor killed you instead? I would hate that.
I won't lose. No way in hell. That Emperor's as good as dead.
Ah, nice try, kiddo. But only one guy's gonna waste that damn Emperor, and it's gonna be me. Don't you kids worry about that. Just live your lives. Now go on. Back to the settlement with you.
This settlement took me and Gedemholt in. We want to protect them, but Castrum Demonicas are implacable foes, and our casualties keep rising. We should be okay for the time being with the nearest Castrum Demonica destroyed, but...
They're gonna make grabby hands again eventually. The only permanent solution is often the Emperor. I'll destroy the Castrums and Fiend Troopers, pound that godforsaken Emperor into mush, and put an end to this lousy country for good!
You might be thrown off by his violent language and compensation, but what he means to say is that he wants to bring peace to the land.
You've been in a prolonged civil war, right? Has anyone else tried to overthrow the Emperor?
Oh, certainly. And the current Emperor has slain every last one of them. He became the Emperor by being stronger than anyone else. Now all he wants is conflict against the strong. Nothing else matters to him. Whether the people suffer or the nation falls in the process is of no consequence.
He's just starting fights over and over again. Why would he do something so pointless? You're right about that. He has to be stopped, regardless of anything else. Plus, there's no question at this point that the influence of ephemera, more specifically F-factors, is present in this land. It's Ark's duty to deal with Falspawn. We'll rise to the occasion.
Meanwhile, in the Wayland Empire's imperial capital, Emperor Schreger and his brother, Elmir, stood by quietly, listening to tidings from the field of Castrum Demonica's corruption.
Looks like we finally got someone who can crush a Castrum Demonica, brother. Spreading rumors has paid off. Now the ignorant masses will rally under a nice, friendly banner. There's been a lull in Castrum Demonica and Fiend Trooper skirmishes as of late anyway. I hope this serves to get your blood flowing.
How strong is this so-called guardian?
Now, dear brother, you can't just wolf them down right off the bat. Give them a little free-range roaming if you really want those flavors to develop.
You think you can tell an emperor what to do? You're getting arrogant. No matter. Do as you will.
In that case, I think I'll pop in and say hello.
Guardian, just how powerful are you? I eagerly await the thrill of our inevitable clash. May war spread far and wide. The land, the people, ephemera, everything in this world is an offering to us.
I see. It's apparent that investigating that world is going to take quite a bit of time.
First Luther, now Halt. It feels like anything goes on Omega. First, we stopped the chaos in one country, and now we're at war in another. There's never a dull moment.
The history of man is a history of war. Even the history of Arcs has been a long battle against the Falspawn.
You call this relatively peaceful, but war continues to rage. Is it the same for all worlds?
This stuff happens all over. Maybe that's why it's following the same pattern in Omega.
Shao, what's happening on this side?
The black hole is continuing to expand, and it's begun to engulf neighboring galaxies. Its expansion velocity is highly abnormal. It's hard to be optimistic about this situation.
Falspawn readings in the city area. They just showed up out of nowhere.
scramble all ARC's personnel. This shouldn't happen. Dispatch them for suppression, but have them exercise extreme caution.
We have to help them.
We are currently preparing to call on all ARC's ops to participate in a large-scale enemy suppression operation. It will be held on Amdeskia.
Emergency code due. Completed.
Huh? You're finished! Is that the last of them? Is it just me? Or were the enemies today stronger than usual?
I'm fairly certain something tells me that you're probably on the money.
Huh? Lisa?
Yup, that's me! It's not every day the happy guardian couple scrambles together! This must have been a real spicy one!
We just happened to be on the bridge at the time. What did you mean when you said I was on the money?
The baddies! In a word, they got tougher. In 2 words, they got rougher tougher.
I know, because I'm always blasting and shooting and trashing and blowing those false spawn away! The ones that just appeared are special. They're clearly tougher and badder and way crazier than the false spawn we've been dealing with! Oh, and the intruder alert was like super late in letting us know, don't you think? It's almost like nobody even expected them to pop up. Risa, do you know something about this? I have no idea what happened. The baddies showed up abnormally, and they were abnormally strong. That's all I know. Okay. I'm gonna go play with some more of these rare, stronger false spawn variants. See ya!
Looks like the situation's under control. Would you mind coming back to the bridge?
Welcome back, you two. You did a good job of minimizing damage.
But Xiao, those false spawn that showed up,
I've compiled data on them. From the readouts alone, it's apparent that the false spawn have been enhanced.
The question is how? It's hard to say for sure, but that's the best conjecture we've got as it stands.
My calculations are drawing a clear correlation between the black hole's expansion and the false spawn's enhancement.
What if the profound darkness is devouring whatever the black hole absorbs?
If the profound darkness is connected to the black hole itself, it's not out of the question. The profound darkness corrupts all things. Its behavior wouldn't change no matter what it was dealing with.
So it's basically feeding off the things the black hole absorbs to buff itself up. And those effects are spilling over to its minions, the false spawn? Oh gosh, this is sounding worse by the second.
The black hole is absorbing a massive amount of energy. Sooner or later, it will be beyond our power to fight.
So we gotta do something about Omega before that happens, right?
Hello there. Sorry for making a scene the other day. So, anyway, Hero, it's Hero. It's already been approved, so there's no change in the name now. I was the one to name it, and I figured it was that or nothing. As a guardian, you and everybody in ARCS are heroes, and I hope you'll never forget it. I'm from Ship 128 Themis. It came under false spawn attack a few years ago. I was just a kid at the time, not a member of ARCS. I stayed in the residential block, cowering in fear of the false spawn. I thought to myself, wow, this is how I go out, huh? But that's when the ARCS showed up and slew the whole hordes of false spawn, just like that. I couldn't even thank them. All I could do was watch them go in stunned silence. They were heroes for sure. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to save people, to be there for others. And I gave the class that name so I could preserve that mindset. The people in ARCS don't give themselves nearly enough credit as heroes. So I was kind of hoping the class name might help make them feel more like they are, you know. It's kind of humbling to say out loud. Anyway, the point is, I have a whole lot of work ahead of me if I want to live up to my class name. And my hype meter is back to full. Thanks for hearing me out.
Hey, guys!
Sierra, hello. So, anyway...
Whoa! Hold on! This is big! It's so big, I tell you! Think about it. Don't you notice a little something different? Taller? Hey, I don't like where you're looking one bit!
I'm sorry, Sierra.
It's the fact that I'm standing here!
Huh? I'm sorry, Sierra. Still lost. I'm not as bright as you give me credit for.
I do that all the time! No, it's the fact that I'm outside the bridge!
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you away from the bridge before.
Yeah, see? There you go! Xiao and I run calculations in parallel, so as long as it's not for too long, I'm finally clear to go out on non-work-related business.
Have you never left the bridge before?
The only places I go are the bridge and the maintenance room. Everything else, I can handle over comms. Is this the scenery you get to look at every day? It's mind-blowing seeing it in person instead of on screen. I gotta make the most of my time and take in all the sights. See you around, guys!
Sierra seemed rather giddy. Is she going to be okay on her own?
Honorable One, such woeful things have I heard! Are we doomed to suffer the same cruelty once more? Just when this awful canvassing for summoners had calmed at last, now my ears are full of chatter of this hero class! Is my very existence forgotten? Oh, woe is me! Woe!
Please pay her no mind. I hear you're helping Huey with research into new classes. Having another class to choose from will be a gift to all of Ox. Do let me know if you need any assistance.
Oh, Saga! How could you discard me so utterly with such few words? I beseech you both to stop busying yourselves with popularizing the hero and listen to me! Oh, hello there! It's you!
Speak of the hero, and she makes her appearance.
Oh, could you two be Saga and Kotori?
And what if we are?
I've heard about you. You two administer the bouncer test, right? I'm really honored to meet the two responsible for bringing the bouncer class such renown.
What? Yes, well, I suppose.
Amazing! Oh, You two are the coolest! It must have been so hard getting the word out about a new class.
Yes, quite. But knowing our work would benefit our fellow operatives, it was hardly any trouble at all. Stratos, was it? Do I hear correctly that you're in the midst of promoting a new class yourself?
Yes! I'm flattered to know you've heard about it. But I'm far from being as experienced as you two are, so I doubt I'm doing half as well. Even with the Guardian's gracious help, I admit it's really difficult.
No need to rush. It took us a long time to get the word out about the bouncer. Likewise, we only got to this point with frequent help from our friend here. Isn't that right, Katori?
Indeed. Quite right, Saga. Never fear, Stratos. The Guardian's help is as good as gold. Your class shall be the talk of Arcs in no time.
Thanks so much, you two! I hope you don't mind if I stop by to pick your brains again soon.
By all means! We'll help you with anything that's within our power to do.
You're much too kind. I'll come again as soon as I filed my report.
Oh, that's Stratos. Such a fine young lady. And now then, you two, let's make the hero name echo off every wall of the ship.
I'm well aware this is a huge favor to ask, but please, I would appreciate your help!
Hey, that's enough! I really don't need all this bowing. Seriously, just get up already, please! Come on, everyone's looking at me funny. Oh, boss! I could really use a hand over here!
Boss? Who? Oh, hello again! So when Io talks about a boss, she means you! It all makes sense now!
You got here just in time, boss. This weirdo came up, said she had a favor to ask, and almost cracked her skull on the floor bowing.
I need your help with something only she can do. Katori told me that if I want the hero class to really catch on, I need Io's help promoting it.
Well, Katori got her wires crossed somewhere. That doesn't have a damn thing to do with me.
Don't be so modest. I've heard all about the publicity work you two did together.
How did you hear about that?
And that's not all. I did a little more digging and found out that you helped Azanami get the word out about the Braver class too.
Crap!
And those two brilliant intel providers couldn't stop talking about how grateful they were to you for breaking them out of their ruts.
Stop it. Just stop!
Please, Io, please. You don't need to be so modest. I really need your help if I'm going to spread the word about the hero class.
Fine, okay. Okay, I give up. I'll do whatever I can to help you if you just give me a break already.
Will you really? I can't thank you enough, Io! Well, there's no time to waste. Katori tells me you get the best results by making some noise in a place people just can't ignore.
What?
Huh? Would you look at that? We've got a crowd gathering right here already. Let's get on it right now, Io!
What? Hey, boss! Stop trying to blend in with the crowd and do something about her already!
Look! I've got a special PR outfit all ready for you! What do you say, Io?
You had this trap planned from the start! I've got a general grasp of the geography and political situation in this country. Going by the prolonged state of war here, the Emperor of Wayland is probably under the influence of ephemera. Which in turn means that if we stop the Emperor, we can set things right. Let's do it!
Hey, Guardian, or whatever. Where do you think you're going without even saying goodbye? If you're gonna off that thrice-damned Emperor, count me in.
Allow me to join you as well. It was I that invited you here. I can be your guide and shield if need be.
I don't think they're gonna take no for an answer. What's the plan?
Ha! I always do.
Gedemholt and Melfincina were Waylandians in this land, journeying alongside the Guardian. While they had assembled a robust party, it was not a particularly sociable group.
Hey, Gedemholt! We're resting right now. Would you like to talk about anything?
Piss off. I've got nothing to talk about.
Now come on, Gedemholt. Sorry. Acting standoffish and crude comes as naturally to him as breathing air.
Oh, that wasn't how I saw it at all. I must say, you two get along pretty well. What kind of relationship do you have?
Well,
Sina and I are both Fiend Trooper test subjects.
You're... what now?
just as Coento used ephemera to devise the Castrum Demonica summons, Wayland has its own brand of sorcery. It's called demonization. It's a form of sorcery that enhances the body by infusing it with mana. I'm sure it won't surprise you to know that only a tiny fraction of the population, those most gifted at sorcery, were capable of doing it. But the situation has changed with the discovery of ephemera. With a little help from ephemera, suddenly anything was fair game, as long as anyone had any aptitude for sorcery whatsoever. Naturally, those without a knack for sorcery still vastly outnumber those with a gift for it. That's when the Fiend Trooper project was launched by Imperial decree.
It was His Imperial Majesty's generous way of turning useless, untalented trash into powerful warriors. And that Dreamweed ephemera, or whatever it's called, gave him just what he wished for.
So basically, this meant forcibly demonizing people with no aptitude for magic? Assumedly by tampering with their bodies?
Well, I'll be damned. The little squirt knows how to play connect the dots. You got experience with this stuff or something?
Well, I also know that bodies can't withstand that sort of tampering.
Oh, you got that right, Squirt. You're connecting the dots because you've seen the whole picture before, huh? But I bet you ain't seen anyone get so pumped full of mana that they burst. People burst in all kinds of fun ways, let me tell you.
Gedemholt and I were test subjects in Phase 1 of the Fiend Trooper project. We escaped the facility. Out of the 4,096 initial test subjects, we are the only survivors. As far as we know, the rest are all dead.
Wait a minute! If your strength is derived from demonization, wouldn't using it put your lives in danger?
Ha! I've been futzed with enough as it is. Not like my life's good for anything anyway. All I care about is the Emperor. I'm gonna end him, personally. Cena and I will get him back for all the people who got screwed up because of him. He'll pay with his worthless life. Hey, Guardian. You'd better not give me some goody two-shoes speech about life being precious, or whatever. We're both in this to snuff out the Emperor, right? I'm willing to use you and all, but if you stand between me and him, I'll waste you first.
Crude though his words may be, he and I are on the same page in this matter. My life is dedicated to avenging the people murdered for his bloody whims. That thought is what keeps me going. So I'm here to fight, just like Gedemholt. To kill the Emperor.
Sorry. I was a little distracted there. There's so much to think about. That talk about fiend troopers is eerily reminiscent of how the Photoners created arcs. They captured physically sturdy primitive races and effectively grafted photon manipulation powers onto them via infusion and gene splicing. The casualties they sacrificed before reaching the point of stable mass production is a matter of record. It's utterly despicable. If that's being repeated, even in Omega, it must be stopped.
The Guardian, Gedemholt, and Melfincina made their way toward the Imperial capital, demolishing Castrum Demonicas along their way. The Castrum Demonica was originally Cuento technology, but they were laid out across Wayland with as much precision as in Cuento. Given how deeply ingrained the Castrum Demonicas were, the Guardian and company began to question the true nature of their history.
Get it. I thought Castrum Demonicas were a Cuento invention, yet there's so many in Wayland.
That's because once the technology was leaked, the Emperor decreed that they be summoned in all regions.
Sounds like the Emperor of Wayland is pretty familiar with sorcery and stuff.
He clawed his way to the throne with demonization. So he's a capable sorcerer in his own right, but...
It ain't that blasted Emperor summoning Castrum Demonicas. It's Elmir.
Who's Elmir?
It's the damnable Emperor's used tissue of a kid brother. Cocky little snot. They looked far enough apart age-wise that they might as well be father and son.
It's clear that Wayland has hit rock bottom as a result of the Emperor and Elmir both.
Rock bottom? How rude! We simply breathed some life into a listless land.
Elmir? What are you doing here?
I heard someone was breaking my finely crafted Castrum Demonicas, so I came out here to do a little field survey, as it were. You're the one I'm here to see. The Guardian that alighted upon Cuento. Yes, very interesting. I can sense incredible potential from you. Small wonder you can crush Castrum Demonicas. Between the Castrum Demonicas and Guardian, I must say, Cuento never fails to put out quality products.
You think you can just waltz out here? You got guts, Imperial baby brother!
My goodness, you're a loud one. I'm not interested in you, test subject. Would you mind staying out of this?
No beef with me? Too bad! You're still getting the horns!
If you're spoiling for a fight, you can play with your fellow defective fiend troopers for a bit.
No. It can't be them. They should be dead.
You catch on quickly. I suppose that's why you're a test subject. Call them Castrum Demonica Fiend Trooper hybrids, if you will.
Did you swap out the monsters summoned by Castrum Demonica for fiend troopers?
Precisely. After all, I had plenty of material to work with. They're all lacking in ability, but they make for acceptable enough soldiers. I owe it to them to make proper use of them. Otherwise, they'd die in vain. And wouldn't that be sad?
This is beyond the pale!
Shut your filthy mouth, you little shit stain! You think you can mess with us? I'm gonna murder you and that bastard Emperor!
My, how spirited. Go ahead. Trample the corpses of your friends to reach us.
Emergency mission alert. Large-scale deployment operation in progress. All ARCS ops, report to the quest counter to join the mission.
Move!
Stay down!
All enemy readings are gone. And so is Elmir.
Then we're done here. Come on. We got a goddamn emperor to kill.
What? Aren't you going to pay your respects?
I ain't got time to waste on it.
Get him, Holt!
That's a good one. Might as well tell me to drop dead.
Our bodies are badly deteriorated from the Fiend Trooper experiments we endured. We have no time to waste at all.
But if you strain yourself in that condition...
We can deal. Our lives are a small price to pay. It ain't about how long your life is. what you do with it that matters. I ain't gonna be nothing like the ones we just mowed down. I'm gonna slay that damn Emperor myself!
While the sentiment is appreciated, I'm with Gedemholt on this. That, and we wouldn't even know who we were mourning. I wouldn't want to associate them with this.
They're both beside themselves with anger. Even I can tell. We can't allow this cruelty to go unchecked. We have to put a stop to it.
You're back, Elmir. You look like you had an amusing enough time.
Oh, amusing doesn't begin to cover it. I'm positively thrilled at how rapidly things are progressing. It's even better than I imagine. We'll have a prime specimen by the time it arrives.
Then we must be amply prepared to give them a fitting reception. So long now I've been trapped in languor. But now my blood is pumping again.
Then I'll leave you to it, brother.
The Castrum Demonicas were summoned the realm over and loaded with a superhuman vanguard. The Guardians group pressed onward, refusing to be cowed by the vanguard's howls of resentment. When they reached the Imperial capital, they found it cloaked in eerie stillness, almost as though it was devoid of all life. It was fitting indeed that the only one to reside there was the Emperor himself. Schreger, Emperor of Wayland, awaited the coming of his nemesis, alone in the silence.
You're here.
Are you the Wayland Emperor?
Indeed I am. Schreger, Emperor of Wayland. I must thank you for coming, Guardian.
Oh, we finally meet you, you cursed Emperor!
You will pay dearly for toying not only with people's lives, but with a whole nation!
Toying with a nation? I'm Emperor. It's my nation. To toy with as I please. If you don't like it, strike me down. That's what I empowered you for. Isn't that right, test subjects?
What's the point of giving someone power through modifications they don't even want?
Without power, one's fate is to perish. Might makes right in this world. Period. The weak can only submit to this reality. Surely you've lived long enough to grasp that. Right, Guardian? You didn't get this strong without trampling countless corpses underfoot. Whether man or beast, there is no morality in slaughter. All fall the same. Might makes right. That's the one universal truth of the world. Which is why Wayland has long focused on evolving its people with strength transcendent. Now it comes to a head. We have but to push this war across the world and seize even greater might. No further discussion is necessary. Strike me down with your justice, if you think you can!
A false, no! And it's got false fun with it! Is it the ephemera? No, the details are too accurate for this to be a coincidence. Now there's no question that ephemera is part of the profound darkness.
Ah, hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about! So much for any moral ambiguity. Slay the monster, and we win. Monster eats us, and we lose. That's good enough for me.
Shrieker, Emperor of Wayland, I will use the last of my life to end yours.
Get a clue! Insignificant!
Emergency! Code! Q!
Get a clue! Weakling! Sure, you are done already. Futile! Get a clue! Weakling! Insignificant! 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 Sure, you are done already. Futile! To me, O depths, give me power! Insignificant job!
Completed!
What foolishness! My power's been dispersed? No. Has it been consumed? Now I see, Guardian. Your power is strange indeed. But that makes it all the more worthwhile to take! To fall in the hands of the test subjects, the ones I wrote off as defects. This is truly a most amusing twist.
it? Is that really how you're gonna go out? With a whimper? Are you content with that? You miserable despot! With being cut down by someone stronger than you? Is that really all you wanted?
Let's go. Get him home. The Emperor may be dead, but our battle is far from over.
I am far from finished. I will leave a wedge in this world.
Get him, Halt!
Sina! You okay?
Yes, I'm just fine. This body's quite responsive, actually.
What the...
This wasn't the body I was trying to snatch, but it's surprisingly nice. It will suffice for a temporary vessel. Demonization is the art of channeling magic into the body. I simply applied that to its logical conclusion. No need to act so surprised. A vessel has no need of two souls. The weaker soul will vanish, and the stronger will remain. You can do the math, I'm sure.
You're telling me Sina's gone? Bullshit!
You move well for someone mortally wounded. But I can tell you have minutes at most left.
Damn it!
Did you have feelings for this body? Content yourself in death, knowing that you amused me to the last.
Bullshit! Sina's body ain't yours to...
No, you're only hurting yourself talking!
Leave this failure to die and let's enjoy a fight again. Shall we, Guardian? You will find me far different from my previous battered body. What's wrong? You don't have the heart to cut this body down? Then you shall perish, for absolute justice lies with the victor. What the... My body's not obeying me!
Sina!
Get him, Halt! Guardian! I don't want this! I beg of you, kill me! And the Emperor! The damnable wench still persists! Not for much longer! What? You should be dead! How dare you!
Maybe I should be. But I got my pride. I ain't gonna drop dead before Sina gets what she asked for!
What are you doing?
I hate to say it, but I ain't in no shape to slay the Emperor. But I can give you my power. Let my soul empower you! Maybe that's a dick move to pull, but screw doing nothing. Screw dying with my
my thumbs up my ass. Here goes. Cena's not gonna like it, but too bad!
Man, first Elder eats me, now I'm friggin' Guardian food? Ain't karma a bitch. I always got the impression you smelled like me, ever since I first ran into you in Nefarious. Turns out it was 'cause you assimilated me. I ain't even gonna question it at this point. It's all just random Akashic Records crap anyway. No point in trying to puzzle it out. Go on, take it. You could use Elder's power right about now. And save her. Show me that chicken shit way you operate.
Gedemholt's photons just went into you? No, these are Elder readings? It's you in there, right? But your form, it's just like Elder's.
You've attained power to rival mine? Now you're a worthy opponent!
Guardian. It all comes down to a one-on-one duel between us.
We entrust our wills to you!
Give him hell with everything you've got! Such overwhelming might, Guardian. Oh, you had a hand in it as well. Test subjects. You fought well. I accept defeat.
Are you okay? Gedemholt's gone. I fear Malfoncina is too.
Hey, I'm calling in my favor now. Hey, Cena. We look like a regular pair of dumbasses, huh?
We sure do, Gedemholt. Instead of shielding you, I let myself get used against you. I must have looked real stupid.
Well, it's done with now. This meddler made sure of that.
Yes, I saw. The Guardian always delivers, I suppose. Thank you. Truly. It's been a long one.
You're damn right about that.
I'm kinda tired. Nobody will mind if I take a little rest. Will they?
They don't get to whine when they rest first.
Then I think I'm gonna rest.
Sure.
I'll see you around. Get 'em hold.
See you around, Xena. This is the end for us. The end for memories of a record construct, Xena. And a dead guy. But it ain't your final chapter. You got a crap ton of stuff left to do.
Ephemera and the Castrum Demonicas, the insidious roots that erode this world. There should still be plenty of Castrum Demonicas left within Wayland's borders. We have to get rid of them. We owe it to those two.
The large-scale operation has ended. Thank you for your support.
I've reviewed your physical exam data. There are no particular signs of abnormalities. I nearly panicked when I heard you took on Elder's form, but the numbers are surprisingly stable. Since this, let's call it fall formation, uses F factors, it's actually reassuring.
So, if we could just analyze how it works and apply it broadly...
What's puzzling to me is how you got that ability to start with.
I know what you mean.
Let's focus on the situation in Omega and leave the power study for further analysis later.
What I'm getting out of your report is that you basically rolled up and bowled over the Castrum Demonicus and the Emperor. Kind of a flippant way of putting it. Isn't that like a huge deal? Am I off base here?
You're not off base at all, Alma. Our friend here's a real freak, no matter how you slice it.
Hey, that's not true. They're perfectly normal.
Just by the way, Matoy, you fall into the same category.
Rude? Anyway, what would they say about Alma then? Hey, I'm no good at fighting. Claris Crace was way better at it than me.
What do you call sealing Elder in a planet if not freakish? Was that Claris Craze doing?
Actually, that one was me. We kept beating him and he just kept coming back. We had to lock him down somehow. That whole setup was something I just came up with spur of the moment. Good thing it worked out, huh?
Well, the verdict is in. All three of you are freaks.
Back to the matter at hand. What's going on with the black hole?
Around the same time we got your report, the black hole's expansion velocity started abating.
Yep, it felt easier getting you two out this time, too.
You're producing results, both numerically and intuitively speaking.
Great! Then we just gotta keep it up in Omega.
It's good you're both in high spirits. Just don't push yourselves too hard. I'm not not really pushing myself, but I am concerned about something. When I'm manipulating photons with Alma's assistance, I get this feeling. It's a strange feeling. It's not like any of you, or like Falspawn. It's like I have a strange degree of control. Xiao and I can't help you there, unfortunately. But if that's the vibe she's getting as the second, it can't be anything good. It's probably something we can't fathom.
The appearance of false Hunal defied our expectations, as did your newfound ability to call upon Dark Falls' power. Whatever you do, watch yourselves. If you two don't make it, neither will the rest of us.
He's right. If you push yourselves too hard, the second will pass out in fright. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. But really, be careful out there.
Master Gedemholt! Never mind. Pardon me. It's nothing. It's just... for a moment, you looked like Gedemholt to me. Please, forget I said anything.
Hey, not one goddamn word. You hear?
I'm sorry, were you about to say something? Absolutely. If only I could. If only I could see Master Gedemholt one more time. I wish I could tell him what I couldn't bring myself to before, because I was impersonating my sister Malfonsina. If I could meet him again, I think I could talk to him as myself, as Melrandia. No, on second thought, I probably couldn't talk to him again. I'd tense up and go completely quiet if I did see him. Sometimes you know just what to say to someone precisely because you know you'll never see them again. We long for our dreams because they are just that, dreams. I'll let that keep me going as I live in the here and now. I still remember the last words he left me with. I still miss him a bit, but I'll be okay. Oh, pardon me. I'm not sure why I rambled on to you about all that. I guess I was just feeling kind of reflective. Sorry to keep you. I'll be going now.
You were gonna blow the whole thing. You think you can butt in?
Now here's something you don't see every day. Is that really you, Sierra? Are overseers allowed to just step away from the bridge like this?
Nice, Risa! That's exactly how you're supposed to react. You've got a firm grasp on the importance of my position.
Well, I have absolutely, positively, definitively not even a ghost of a clue why you're so impressed, but anyway.
A certain duo here didn't appreciate the magnitude of me being outside the bridge.
Well, you are the overseer and all. Maybe it just didn't faze them because it feels like you're everywhere. But more importantly, I asked you a question, and I don't believe I got an answer.
Ah, right. Xiao's up on the bridge right now, so I got permission to move about freely.
If Xiao is on the bridge, it means something huge is happening, right?
No, nothing at all like that.
Let's see. Slight rise in body temperature, plus nervous glances. You're obviously lying, Sierra. So. Who are the new baddies? Where are they? Where? Must be something pretty big and bad if Xiao's coming along and helping out with operations personally.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, Sierra, your poker face is terrible. So, is it the false spawn, or a new type of baddie like on Earth, or something else entirely? Ooh, or maybe it's related to that powerful aura inside of you that I'm smelling. Come to think of it, you just had an emergency medical checkup the other day, didn't you?
Please, throw me a lifeline.
If you insist, I'll shut my trap. I don't want to force you to give away any secrets, but if it's fun, don't keep it from me. That's just cruel. Especially when it comes to that power I can sense inside you. Now that seems like a barrel of fun. Something I've never felt before. You simply must let me in on all the fun.
Well, it's not as fun as you're making it out to be.
Well, sounds like you can't spill all the beans yet. That's fine. But if it starts getting juicy, I want in on it. So don't forget.
I've never quite felt like my life was in danger while on board the Ark ship before. Risa certainly gives off a more chaotic energy in person than just seeing her in the records.
Alma? Hello there, you two. What an enviable friendship you have. Oh, not at all. I'm just taking a stroll for a change of scenery. Even if I was looking for someone, I couldn't talk to them anyway. So what would be the point? Oh, yes, that's right. We're the only ones who can see you. Exactly. It's been 4 decades since I was here last, you know? I'm only looking around, but it's pretty fun taking it all in. Remember, like I said before, I'm not visible to anybody but you two. So as far as anyone else can tell, you're both talking to thin air. You must look pretty bonkers. Not here either, huh? Whoa, 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 whoa! Ark's legendary guardians? Walking around peacefully? Something's brewing. I can feel it in my bones, Tia! Something big is happening!
Or maybe they're just good friends taking a stroll. Oh, hi, Matoy. Sorry to bother you like this.
Patty and Tia, working hard as usual, I see. Of course we are! Raw gumption is the engine that drives Patia, Ark's #1 news source, or the fuel source, one of those.
Shouldn't information be our engine? Anyway, as Patty pointed out, it's not too often we see you two strolling around the ship. You're usually rushing from one place to another with a sense of urgency. Especially you.
I know, right, Tia? Something big is going down. I can just sense it!
Calm down, dummy.
Don't be silly. Nothing strange is going on. Nope, nothing.
Matoy, it's not like you to butt in like that.
Well, if there's no trouble down here, maybe something's stirring up on the bridge. Is that it? Well, in short, I guess it's my curious nature?
What Patty means is, she's a gossip queen. We won't expose any sensitive information. Everything is made public here anyway, when the timing is right.
So, if you're hiding something, it must be for a very good reason. But as informants, we're just itching to know, is there anything we can do to help?
By help, you mean... You two are always overworking yourselves, so we were hoping we could lend a hand somehow.
As Arks, we're all in this together, aren't we? We're probably not as dependable as you two, but hey, who's keeping track? Thanks for your concern, you two. Just hearing you say that really lifts my spirits. The pen is mightier than the resta. Come to us whenever you need a break.
In moderation, of course. Getting caught up in a conversation with her can be hazardous to your health.
Sticks and stones, sis. Sticks and stones.
Perfect timing! I think someone's after me. Could you keep her away? Here she comes!
Now, looky, look what we have here! I thought I sensed a strange presence, so I followed my instincts, and here I find you! Which could only mean one thing, couldn't it? That you're actually pretty strange. Yes, a very strange presence indeed. Don't you feel it? I just go by my intuition. If that intuition tells me something is fishy, then I'm not mincing words. But this strange feeling isn't exactly bad. It's like the one I get from you. Hang on. Does that mean it was just you this whole time? Oh well, I was just following it around to kill time. Just a drop in the bucket of time. I suppose I'll be on my way. Do tell whoever's behind that strange presence that Risa said hello. Later! Later, later, later!
Whew, she's finally gone. That was a breed of scary I've never felt before. If she'd just sensed something was there, we could have played it off as just her imagination. But she was following me, and she knew it. I guess it's a testament to how confident she is in her senses. Either that, or maybe I stink. Okay, I guess it's not that. Even if people can't see me, I guess some of them can sense me. Arksops sure are full of surprises.
Stop. Don't move. Stay right where you are. That's Dia and that Xeno guy. Oh, they're being awfully chatty. Well, I sure as hell do. What if that Xeno jerk's feeding her some weird nonsense? Looks like they're done talking. Hey, give me your body real quick.
Is something the matter?
Hey. Do something, damn it.
Excuse me? Are you alright? You're a bit of a strange one. You remind me a bit of Master Gedemholt. He'd stare at me that same way from time to time. In fact, Xeno and I were just reminiscing about Master Gedemholt and my sister. Yes. Sometimes I ask him to fill in the blanks, as it were. Things I didn't know about the two of them. As for what kinds of stories he tells me, well, I hope you don't mind if I keep that to myself. They're the kind of things that would make Master Gedemholt's blood boil to hear, or make him red in the face. Your aura somehow reminds me of his today, so I'll have to keep it a secret from you as well. So, that's settled. Well then, till we meet again.
Xeno, that bastard! What the hell kinds of ideas is he giving Dia? Hey, we're gonna go smash that loser into the ground right now! Move aside! I'm taking over!
Hey there. Hard at work as always, I see.
Why don't you try working for once? You're supposed to be training recruits, big bad instructor man.
What can I do? Regius and Maria are so gung-ho, I don't have a chance to train anybody.
Uh-oh. Did Maria sneak back into the training bureau to get away from general affairs? I'll bet Sarah is furious.
Sierra? Aren't you supposed to be manning the bridge?
I'm fine. One thing led to another, and I scored clearance to wander the ship.
Now that I think about it, you always call into our command meetings instead of showing up, Sierra.
What bothers me more is how you suddenly started attending all of our meetings.
Because you don't take notes. Consider me your bona fide secretary, mister.
Being here face to face makes you realize things.
Like what?
Xeno, Echo, why haven't you two gotten married yet? See? Everyone's been thinking it. Now that I see you together, it's so obvious.
Hold on now! Marriages! Sierra, this isn't something to just rush into.
The way you two act together, you're practically there already.
But listen, timing, planning, and commitment are very important when making these kinds of big decisions.
What the hell? Want to get married?
What?
You don't want to, Echo?
No! That's not it! I mean, is that what you want? Getting married? To me?
Jeez, where'd all your confidence go? Who would I marry other than you? Are you sure you want this? I might end up being a big jerk with your assignments.
You already are.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay then, let's go get the papers signed before you change your mind.
Sheesh, I don't change my mind that easy. Well, take it easy, you two. Oh, and thanks, Sierra.
Oh my gosh! Did I just get them into a huge mess? Just seeing that spark between them, I had no choice but to speak up. Oh my gosh! I'm really getting embarrassed now! I just witnessed something completely mind-blowing!
This just in. I've got breaking news. Recent reports haven't been as accurate as we'd like, but we have a stellar announcement. It's about that couple everyone hoped would hurry up and make a move for so long. You guessed it! Zeno and Echo! They're finally getting married! Hey, why isn't your jaw on the floor?
They already knew about it. Usually, marriage isn't that newsworthy, but those two are different, especially with Zeno on the Council of Six.
The hottest couple around is finally taking that next step! Telling the world about it makes my job worth it!
With Ark so focused on fighting, we tend to forget about family life, so this is pretty significant.
Moments like these make you stop and think, someday I'll find that special someone, and I'm super jealous!
You want to get married someday?
Of course! I'm an old-fashioned girl! Walking down the aisle's my dream! Potential grooms, get grooming!
Who exactly are you talking to?
Tia acts like she doesn't care, but when she was a young girl, she dreamed of hearing those wedding bells ringing too.
That was between us, you jerk!
And that concludes another episode of Tia's Innermost Secrets. I'm your host, Patty, signing off.
I guess I'd better get going too, so... Listen up, dumbass! Tell another soul about that, and you will wish you never knew me!
Marriage, huh? It sounds so romantic. Hi there! I was really spacing out! Caught up in a little daydream.
You heard the news, right? About Zeno and Echo tying the knot? I've heard rumors about them forever, but now that it's actually happening, I just get chills all over! Oh, well, a girl can dream, can't she? Wait, stop trying to put words in my mouth! This isn't about me! I'm happy for them, and that's it! I mean, I'd like to get married too someday, but that's a long way down the road. First, I'm gonna work my butt off to win everyone's approval, and then I'll meet the love of my life. Oh my gosh! Going off on a tangent again! Pretend you never heard that. I am 100% dedicated to the hero business, and that's it! Nothing more, nothing less.
Boss. You heard the news, right? About Zeno and Echo getting married? Do you ever wish you could just meet someone like that? I mean, I know you and Matoy are close, but, you know, in general. Me? Well, I don't know. When I heard the news, it seemed like Zeno and Echo were suddenly off in their own world, away from us. When I was little, I'd think about it all the time. I mean, what it would be like to spend my life with someone. But I'm kind of a social misfit. I've never had a relationship with anyone, and probably never will. The excuse I always use is that I fight for arcs, so I don't have time for that stuff. But instead of feeling happy for them, I was actually really jealous at first. Isn't that awful of me? Really? So I'm not the only one then. That makes me feel a lot better. But I am really happy for them. It's something to celebrate, since Zeno and Echo have always been there for me. Maybe I should use that jealousy as motivation to find the right person, to make me as happy as they are. That special person seems to be in high demand, though. Kinda hurts my chances.
I can't do this! Sorry, Echo, but you go tell her.
Why does your courage dissolve into thin air at a time like this?
Hey, you! What are we up to? Just, spreading the good news.
We just told Afen and Matoy.
We thought they'd be floored by it, but they didn't seem all that surprised.
They did wish us well, though.
Anyway, we thought it would be polite to tell everyone directly, but I don't know if it would sit well with her.
She goes by Melandia now, but I still think it's weighing on her.
Ooh, we can't just sit back and let someone else tell her, though. This is tough.
We just have to suck it up and tell her. It's not like we've done anything wrong, so it's time to be bold.
I know. Sheesh. Go on, Echo. Break it to her.
No way, we do this together!
If Dia sees me, it'll just remind her of Gedamholt. You honestly think we can tell her under those circumstances?
Well, it's no different if I go. Think of the awkwardness. Sorry, you two. What actually hurts my feelings is watching you go back and forth like that.
Whoa!
Malrandia! How long were you standing there?
You were bickering so loudly, I think everyone here noticed. There's something you wanted to tell me? Does it have something to do with you getting married?
Oh my gosh, how did you know?
I think the real question is, what took you so long? It's about time. It really is. If Master Gedamholt were here, he'd probably say something along the lines of, grow a pair, you two.
Yeah, that's the first thing he'd say for sure.
Then I can totally see Zeno getting all riled up.
I know it's impossible for me to get you to stop thinking about Master Gedamholt. So instead, I'll ask you to never forget him. He'll always be with us if we keep him in our hearts. Zeno and Echo, congratulations on tying the knot.
Yeah, thanks, Dia.
Thank you, Malrandia.
You think I can't hear you? Time to grow a pair, you pansies.
Hey, look at that! Those are Falspawn, the ones that showed up in our fight against Schrager.
I made sure you got Elder's power, but it looks like his false-spawn minions split off and stuck around. We're in the Akashic records, but they're still like the ones on the outside. You better waste them all now, or it'll bite you in the ass later.
We have ample data on these, but there's still a lot of them. Be careful fighting them. Falspawn coming out of Castrum Demonicus. Ephemera or no, this is really demanding our full attention now.
Oh my, I was wondering who broke the Castrum Demonica. Of course it was you two. If you're out here, does that mean my brother lost? Oh, that was quicker than expected.
It's you!
Oh, relax. I'm not about to start spouting drivel about avenging family. You only dispersed him, anyway. He'll reassemble sooner or later.
Who are you? What are you after?
Oh, my brother didn't spell it out? I want war. Everywhere. At any rate, do you have time to bother with me, Guardian? I should think there's trouble in Quento by now. I suggest you get back quickly if you want to save the world. Adieu for now.
I hate when the enemy is right, but this is concerning. We'd better get back to Harriet and the others.
units have deployed, Your Highness.
Good, thank you.
How remarkable that this should happen while the Guardian is away. Luck seems to be against us. Perhaps it had help.
Put your fears to rest. Moments like this are the very purpose of a Sword Maiden's life.
Your hands betrayed you, Sword Maiden. You needn't put on a brave face for us.
I admit I doubted this would happen in my lifetime. I hoped it would never be necessary to unleash this power. But the time has come. All I can do is devote all of my being, all of my power, to my blade.
I certainly would have preferred to have the Guardian here at our side.
If wishes could fight a battle, we'd have already won. Listen, here it comes.
Crimson Fellworm.
Fascinating. Perhaps we should take those legends of how it destroyed the world more seriously.
Phosphorescence! He's going to breathe fire! Raise a barrier!
Numbed. My blade speaks. It says to lay the beast low, to seal it away. My body is a vessel for that purpose. I'll end this quickly. All of you, stay out of it!
Crimson Fellworm versus the Sword Maiden. Both are simply extraordinary.
All of you, keep that barrier up! The Maiden may be handling things, but we can't let the Fellworm get away!
Is something the matter, Harriet?
I don't know why, but when I look at that Fellworm, it's filled with dread.
Is it now? Let's see.
Crimson Fellworm. This is no place for you. Go now and sleep quietly, deep beneath the earth.
Bravo! Splendid work, Sword Maiden. Seems the Crimson Fellworm was hardly a match for you after all. Or so I'd say. But wait, there's more. Look where you stand, On the grave of a man who sought power and fame, crumbled with his castle, who now lies among the ephemera. A thwarted soul, burning with chagrin, with rage. What do you think it would do if it found a vessel?
Police! Watch out!
My blade's seal. It's not working. There's some other power here.
Sword me! Filthy trap!
That voice!
Lutz! Is his soul inside the Crimson Fellworm?
Unforgivable! Unforgivable! All who dare defy, taste my power and die!
Guardian! Thank goodness! You've come back for us!
I'll burn you away with all the earth!
Is that the Crimson Fellworm? But what's this aura?
Well spotted, Fairy. Lutz's soul is in the beast now. All thanks to the ephemera's power. The Sword Maiden's power was enough to seal the Crimson Fellworm itself. But the ephemera draw from a different source. Hence the seal's failure.
So it's a being that once wrecked the world, mixed with a force that's terrorizing it now? That's just over the top. But if Elise can't seal it away, what are we supposed to do?
We'll just have to kill it. Let's see how mighty the Fellworm is when it's been massacred into tiny particles. I'll set your soul free, Uncle! No. I have to seal it away. I can't watch my uncle suffer like this.
Listen, Guardian. You too, Sword Maiden. There happens to be a way we can strip it of the ephemera's power. One way and one only.
Luther, I don't mean...
Guardian, take the Fellworm out of action. Sword Maiden, you prepare the seal and provide cover. After that, I'll take care of the rest.
What is it you're planning on doing?
Something only an expert on ephemera could do. That's all. There's no time to explain. Get moving.
Chains of sunlight, ward off calamity and bind this skulking evil! Benoit! It's not working! Some other power is resisting the bind!
So, trying to heal damaged flesh through summoning and implant a soul. What a miserable joke. I'm the one who invented that technique. You're using research I already scrapped! Here's where you belong! Not writhing around in that Crimson Fellworm! Don't make me laugh. Whoever, or whatever you are, the only one fit to handle this technique is me! Worthy of being a subject for it!
Luther!
It isn't perfect. My blade tells me. The best we can hope for is that we've bought some time. We'll only have a short respite before the Crimson Fellworm reappears. That's our opportunity to defeat the Fellworm for good. And free my poor uncle's soul.
Luther! Harriet, it's all right. I'm fine.
What did you do, Luther?
I only disrupted the process of summoning new flesh to regenerate the Fellworm. The beast's own power still remains. Someone who was using ephemera to strengthen it too. We need to approach it carefully, or suffer the consequences. Not a shred of hesitation. I suppose that's what makes you the Guardian. I'm exhausted. Let me rest for a spell.
So, the Crimson Fellworm's finally back.
I apologize for being so helpless and leaving all of this in your hands, Guardian.
This isn't the time to worry about something like that, Elise. Let's go over the plan instead.
I will form a barrier to hold the Crimson Fellworm down, and prepare to seal it once more. It will not be able to move as quickly within the barrier. I need you to take advantage of that and defeat it. This is the Laconian Sword, the blade that pierced the scales of the Crimson Fellworm of legend. I entrust this blade to you, Guardian. Within the barrier, it can duplicate itself to aid you in your fight. The Crimson Fellworm's scales are constantly shifting to hide its scars. However, inside the barrier, you should be able to locate an area of weakness. If you strike that weak point with the Laconian Sword and cut away its scales, its scars will be revealed.
In other words, if we expose the scars and then focus our attacks there...
Correct. You'll be able to defeat the horrid beast. Once it's weakened, we should be able to free the soul inside, even without sealing the Fellworm. It's my honor to fight alongside you, Guardian. I packed my blade. Crimson Fellworm, sleep in the depths of the ground forever!
you will always have my utmost gratitude for setting me free.
A never-ending nightmare! Was Lutz being manipulated by someone?
At this point, I've not the faintest idea. But at least my uncle's soul is finally free from the Crimson Fellworm. He can be at peace at last. I cannot thank you enough for finally ending his torment. However, the Crimson Fellworm has not been banished completely. My blade confirms this. If it was revived with the power of the ephemera, then as long as that power exists, it could be revived again at any time. I will continue to stand watch here. I imagine it's the best way I can take responsibility for what has happened.
Elise, please don't push yourself.
I know. My power alone amounts to little after all. And more importantly, I know I have a shoulder to lean on. In you, Guardian.
Xiao, are you sure this new power is safe?
I didn't pin you for such a worrier, Matoy. Like I said, there's no sign that anything's wrong. All their readings are completely normal. There's no indication they've absorbed too much of the F factor or anything like that. It's nothing at all like becoming the profound darkness. You could even say it's the opposite. But why don't we just ask you? How do you feel? Anything out of the ordinary?
Come on. Can you not see what a mess you'll make if you run your mouth now? Keep your damn trap shut.
Using this power you took without completely absorbing it to manifest a dark falls and use it to fight. It's a lot like Avatar arms.
I've never seen a power manifest like that. Why now all of a sudden? Logically speaking, I bet it has something to do with the ephemera. Maybe that interacted with the Guardian's photons to create some new power?
But aren't the ephemera themselves like fragments of the profound darkness? How could something like that give you power?
Sierra, who do you think is the host of the profound darkness right now?
Oh. Maybe that's why I don't sense anything off about you. I think I agree with Matoy. Your photons are flowing normally after all. Do you feel all right?
I'm not surprised that Matoy is worried, really. We'll keep digging and running checks, but for now, I'm just glad you're doing all right.
After a bitter struggle, the Guardian had wrested Wayland from the bloody grasp of Emperor Schreger. In Cuento, the Crimson Fellworm had been sealed away once more, thanks in large part to the Sword Maiden's valiant effort and Luther's quick thinking. With these looming threats dispelled, the kingdom of Coento enjoyed a moment of hard-earned rest. In the aftermath of the Crimson Fellworm and Wayland's fall, a single peaceful week passed. Harriet took her place as Coento's new monarch. She and her retinue convened in the throne room to discuss their next steps. One among them seemed distracted. Any word from the Sword Maiden regarding the Crimson Fellworm?
Our army is keeping watch as well. They've reported no problems as of yet. The Sword Maiden herself reports that the seal looks likely to hold for the time being. As for Wayland, true peace seems a long way off. The land is still rife with Castrum Demonicus. But the intermittent conflicts along our border with Wayland have settled down at least.
Then let's keep preparing to send them food and resources. Helping the people of Wayland back to their feet should be our top priority.
Our own land is far from rich in such resources, my lady.
Be that as it may, if we bungle this first approach to them, the consequences will be ours to bear forever. If we scorn them for being from another country, it could spark riots. We must avoid that at all costs.
What drivel, Harriet. Don't waste your time pandering to the riffraff of other lands.
Luther, do you know what you're saying?
Words of reason, my dear sister. Do you know what will throttle all inklings of resistance? A few executions. Show them blood, and they'll fall in line. Then we send word that if they stand down, their lives will be spared. No one would dare ignore us after seeing how we laid low the mighty weight.
Luther!
I'm sorry. Please, forget I said anything.
Very well. We don't want to meddle in Wayland's affairs and risk causing a ruckus. We'll ask them to sort out who will rule.
Normally, the late Emperor's younger brother Elmir would succeed the throne. But he has vanished.
Luther, what's Is something the matter?
I'm not feeling well. Please excuse me and carry on, everyone.
Something about him doesn't seem right. He's not usually so aggressive, is he?
Oh, Luther.
How did this happen? I didn't create the child just for things to end up like this. Wait. If I could only become all-knowing, then I wouldn't have to stoop to such foolish methods. Why won't you respond, Xion? Are you trying to tell me that it was the only answer there could be? No, 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 no! This is no solution! This is unacceptable! Yes. Yes. My knowledge will know no bounds. And then I'll...
What's the matter, Luther? You're the one always telling me to knock. Luther. What's wrong?
Oh, Harriet. My greatest masterpiece. You don't belong in this place.
What are you...
That was Harriet's voice, wasn't it?
Is that Master Luther?
I'm picking up Dark Falls readings. Could using the ephemera have awakened it in him?
It's no use. I'll never hand over Harriet, my greatest masterwork. Infinite knowledge is finally mine!
Stop! No. How could this be? How could Master Luther take Lady Harriet right from under our noses?
Are you all right, Varuna?
I'm not the one we need to worry about. As irksome as it is, we must accept Master Luther's betrayal and deal with it. We must contain word of Her Highness's disappearance. It would shatter the foundations of our entire country if the news spread. We must search for her in absolute secrecy. Understand, Guardian?
Right. We know what we saw. It's up to the three of us to do something about it. Do you know where he might have taken her?
Master Luther has always guarded his secrets. Her Highness might have known, but I couldn't even begin to guess. However, we may have a trace of his movements. I've received unconfirmed reports that a castrum demonica has been summoned to the north of the capital. What's more, they said the fortress was summoned by a winged supernatural being of unknown origin. That points strongly towards one conclusion.
So Luther summoned a castrum demonica as he fled?
As Her Highness's adjutant, I must keep the kingdom's official tasks running smoothly so her absence goes unnoticed. Can I count on you, Guardian? I am in your debt.
So first Elder appears, then Luther transforms. It's like Omega is tracing our own history.
Shao, are you sure what's happening on Omega is just a muddle of data from the Akashic Records? The events themselves may be fragmentary, but as a whole, they're deeply interconnected. Something's linking all this together.
Something most likely connected to the Photoners.
Exactly. It's like we're vicariously experiencing someone's memories of the Photoners. Suffice to say, it's creepy. Well, memories are just a type of data. I do think what we're seeing is all data from the Akashic Records. But someone or something could be interfering with it in a way that's producing certain tendencies. What you read or who you see before bed can affect what happens in your dreams, right? Maybe it's like that.
So you think we're seeing events related to the profound darkness because it got mixed up in all this?
Yeah, hypothetically at least. We don't really have proof one way or the other.
Or maybe we're affecting the outcome too, since you and Sierra are getting involved. Well, in any case, we can't afford to just sit back and watch. Keep on looking into things on Omega, you two.
The Guardian hurried to find where Luther had flown off to, with Harriet, his unwilling companion. Each castrum demonica that was newly summoned in northern Cuento. served as a breadcrumb on the trail. Luther's very use of these demonic fortresses proved he was no longer the same Luther the Guardian had met on Omega. Approaching the first Castrum Demonica, the Guardian stopped short, gazing on in complete shock as a terribly familiar enemy emerged.
Castrum Demonica confirmed. And it looks like Luther's minions have been called in too. I guess we can stop wondering whether Luther was the one who summoned the castle.
We can't just leave these things be.
And there might be some trace of Luther here. Time to get our hands dirty.
Your Majesty, code due.
I'm not picking up any more readings from the Castrum Demonica. Maybe we can follow some trace from the summoning. What? What's the matter?
Luther? Why won't you tell me where we're going?
You'll see.
But I'm supposed to be studying courtly etiquette today, so...
You're quite the dedicated student, aren't you? Don't worry, it's just one day off. It'll hardly make a difference.
But I made a promise with Mother that I'd keep studying every day. What kind of daughter would I be if I couldn't keep that promise?
Well, I happen to have my own promise to keep with Mother. And mine involved bringing you here. And on that note, here we are.
It's so pretty! I've never seen so many flowers.
Mother loved it here. She asked me to bring you to see it. Even your selfish brother couldn't spurn a deathbed request like that.
I can see why she loved it. I can imagine her coming here.
Royalty has no business crying. We live by the support of the people and support them in turn. We must not show them weaknesses.
Yes, I understand.
But look, do you see anyone else? As long as you're here, you don't need to act brave. For now, the only ones here are you and me. And Mother's spirit watching over us.
Mother's spirit?
She's always there by your side. This is no tale I'm spinning to try and comfort you, Harriet. It's just the truth.
Mother! Mother! I miss you so much! I wish you could hold me, stroke my cheek again. Tell me how proud you are of me.
It's all right. Cry all you need to. I promise, those tears aren't in vain. No one told me I would have to look after you quite this much. No use complaining, I suppose. So much clinging from you. And here I was sure you hated me.
Don't say that, Luther. I don't hate you at all. It just seems like you're the one who hates everyone. Or maybe it's just that you're not interested in anyone else.
Now why would you think that?
Because you're just too smart. Luther, why are you laughing? Did I say something strange?
That was just out of admiration, Harriet. How blind I was not to notice there was such a fascinating person right under my nose. You're beginning to pique my interest. I wonder just how great this potential in you can grow.
Harriet! Stay with me! Did you see one of Luther's memories? But why would... Could the false pawn born from the Castrum Demonica have linked you to Luther's memory? I guess this is the kind of thing that can happen in the Akashic Records. I have a bad feeling about all this. We'd better find Harriet quickly.